Hello. I'm setting some things up in the background. I think I was maybe not looking right at you to say hello, but I'm here. And we're getting ready to do a word search from January 2025's prototypes play tested at the convention weekend. Let me go ahead and switch over to my other tab with the puzzle. And let you know, okay, let me get you the link so you can play this along with me if you'd like, or share it with your friends. Sorry, clicking and talking. Let me put it in chat here for you. And we'll get started. So as I have done the last time or two with the word search, I'm not going to sit here and look for the words while you watch me do it, because it's just kind of dull, and it's also really slows me down to watch the chat. I want to make sure to listen to you if you have something to say to me, and so it's difficult for me to watch for that while I look for a word. So instead, I'm going to look at some screenshots of these shares in our Discord server to give you a chance to see what it's like when someone shares a prototype. And we'll also get to see the details instead of me just going off of memory, and whether or not I personally have play tested something. Go ahead and, if you want to, while you listen to me talk, if you want to look for the words and put in chat where you see one of them, you can do that. But even if you don't, I'm going to go ahead and just completely cheat and use the hint after I look at each one of these. So I'm going to go through them in alphabetical order and go from there. Sorry, I'm trying to get a good view here. Give you a good view. All right. Let's do actual size multi-victor. I believe that's going to be the first one here. Make sure you're seeing what I think you're seeing. Okay, yep. So, oops. Oh, that's previous. Okay, there we go. Actual size multi-victor. No clicks unless you want to go forward in a slideshow. All right. So this is, just a screenshot of our Discord server. I'm not going to open up and share my screen of navigating the Discord server, since it's got, there are privacy issues with that, with people's real names and stuff off in the sidebar and everything. So we will just look at screenshots of what people have posted. So this actual size multi-victor is a variant rule set for a game that's been called Actual Size May Vary for some time. It's been under development for some time, from Andy Jewell. And this was a attempt, or, well, I mean, I wouldn't, attempt seems like kind of the wrong word. This was a adaptation or a variant that had changed victory conditions and allowed multiple people to win or lose, not necessarily as an assigned team from the beginning. So that was an interesting experiment we had. And I will, with this selected, choose hint. And there it is. And asymmetric escalating war game. This one I happened to play test. Actual size multi-victor, I play tested that one in January. And I also play tested this one. It was a very new concept. And a very dark theme. I would say this is me laughing because it's better than crying. Is better than crying? Maybe that's a not fair assessment, but more fun than crying, especially on a live stream. All right, so asymmetric escalating war game from Brooks Barber is right here. And it's the one that defined our size, probably, with the super long title. Next, we have Community Park. That one is from Bill Huffman. I haven't gotten the chance to try this one. So this is a semi-cooperative tile layer using a unique set of diamond and chevron tiles. Okay, cool. So it's a tile layer with sort of a different than, it's not the regular hex or the regular square shaped tiles that are the most common for tile laying type games. So that sounds cool. And yeah, the community park theme. Looks like it's a cooperative. Looks like it's a cooperative game, but it doesn't actually use that. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It says semi-cooperative. My bad. Oh, I clicked too soon. There we go. So, yes. I read it out loud and then immediately forgot it. I mean, I wonder what that says about how my brain is doing right now. There's Community Park. Next is Coup d'etat, which I popped to. So this is from Camden Dyer. I think that I remember this one being recently in a jigsaw puzzle, a recent puzzle. This title sounds familiar to me. It's a good title. Swap between 3 different factions to pursue different win conditions. Socially oriented area control game. Yeah, and the looking for is a great way to say this is late stage. Let's not rework the entire thing. These are good boundaries to set at different stages of the design process. Let's see this. There we go. And Propaganda. This one I have heard talk of, but have not gotten to play myself. This one's from Jamie. A cohort of imps trying to make money pawn their luxury crops off on unsuspecting townsfolk. A wacky trophy system. Whoa, it's so wild. They don't say it actively here, but I think that this one was originally called Rainbow Things, but I've not been able to try this one or Rainbow Things myself. That's me going a little off script, saying something I think I know. I might be wrong, but Propaganda right here. That one had a couple of different R choices. Well, just 2. I guess that one's pretty close by. All right. Mystic, though, is also from Jamie, and I have so happens that they're alphabetically next to each other in this case, from the same designer. Players are elementals in a contest of wills using their strength and guile to assert dominance over impulsive elements, claim the right to rule over them, or vanish into mediocrity. So this is a 2-player 9-card battler that is, it's amazing how much of an arc of a game and variety of experience that, like, you could play it once, you've only got 9 cards, and you actually play, I think, usually a set of 3 matches to make a full game. Or that's what the time that I play tested it, that's what it was like. So this one is just coming to market through Wise Wizard. It had a pre-release at Origins, so that's something exciting we're celebrating, and we also get to see it in the puzzle, so good timing. There it is. All right, next is Fathomless, and I remember playtesting this one too. This one's from another Jamie Brown. It's like kind of Titanic theme. You're a big ocean line although of course Titanic was later than this, but in the 1800s. And it's Elder Gods, Cthulhu kind of Lovecraftian vibe. bid for turn order, and you're doing things to kind of upgrade your ship to it's a race across the ocean, but you also are encountering hazards and needing to beef up your ship to deal with them. There's Fathomless. Okay, and this is another Jamie game. Jamie Sabriel again. Head-to-head card game of psychics thinking about fighting. Build a sequence of actions that resolve in reverse order and use psychic powers to manipulate a sequence before it resolves. And this is generally a 2-player game, but this was a play test of team, like 2 versus 2, I'm guessing, which is cool. I've not been able to try this game either, which is a travesty because Jamie has had it for a long time, but Jamie also has a job that has them working weekends, so our time with them on Purtishville weekends can be limited. Unfortunately, that's one of the hazards of doing a convention. Weekend is usually the time when conventions happen, but of course, other things happen on the weekends too. Okay, so Fruit Pie, this one I also played. And remember, this is from Sarah Addison. Drafting game in which you use cards with different numbers of fruits to create the digits of pi, and it's a circular, you play them down into a circular board. It's very it's the perfect game to celebrate Pi Day. What is that, March 14th, I think? So let's see where Fruit Pie is. Right there. And Gambit Geese is also a title I remember playtesting. This was from Jeffrey Press. Use rolled 20-sided dice and strategically assigned to food cards and bonus categories. Players have decision to make every turn, earning points even on opponents' rolls and double points on their rolls. Kind of reminds me of games like Quicks, where you're always paying attention to what other people rolled too. But this one uses, instead of just D6, it's going into the realm of using the 20-sided die. D20s. There it is. Okay, Hot Dog. I remember hearing about, this one, but have not played it. This one's from Cardinal Babbitt-Kittis. I actually have never said that last name out loud. But it's a partnership trick-taking game. 2 values, sausage and the bun value. That sounds fun. When your team is led, you play for sausage value. When your team does not have lead, you play for bun value. It's amazing how many variations of trick-taking are possible. There we go. Immunity. Also remember what this game is, but haven't gotten to play it yet. This one's from David Kessler, who's one of our newsletter writers. His name might be familiar to people because of that. And this is a cooperative game about fighting infections in the human body using blood cells. I also saw a pitch for this recently, and it has a pretty toyetic sort of... the blood cells circulate around different parts of the body. So there's like a spinning path, a path that moves. I think physically moves. If it doesn't physically move, it definitely has the feeling of a kind of physicality moving around the board. And like, I think you go to a place, your blood cell goes to a place and you trigger if you go to a place where other people are, that triggers a chain reaction and they get to help too. So it's a pretty neat idea that has also been had input from real doctors about trying to make it evoke what really happens in the body when fighting infection. Let's see, Last Stand is by Matthew Scorza. In the last city on Earth, humanity fights back the onslaught of giant monsters. Pilot your mech and protect your city in this cooperative tactical combat game with light deck building and story-based decisions. Story-based decisions with deck building sounds fun. Yeah, this is interesting. It's interesting to see the different ways that people decide to use looking for. It has a lot of. It's a very open-ended question, and it's fun to see how people's minds work. But yes, so medium to heavy game mechanic lovers who are willing to give medium to heavy feedback, and comfortable with that. It's a good thing to be looking for. Something that's generally pretty easy to find at Protospiel Online. So Not a Real Word Game is one I've heard a lot of talk about but haven't gotten to play myself. This one's by Vicky Langer, and you see here an example of someone who scheduled their start time in advance to help kind of let people plan ahead to get together and play it. This one is not a big heavy game. It's more like a party game, but though it tends to be more common for people to use the heavy games that are harder to find people who can play them well. So they need to kind of have a bigger time span open for people to find and plan to join than just pop in, go play. But it's also good for when someone has been being asked to play a game by lots of different disparate people, so then they can put a focus time and make that also available, not just to their inner circle of friends, but let the whole group know that this group of a few people are planning to start at a certain time and others can join too. So that's what this difference at the top is. Gives me a little teaching moment for Protospiel Online in general here. It's for word game haters, lovers, and everyone in between. If you're 10 plus, you already know more than enough. So a word game where you don't have to be good at words. It doesn't say it very clearly here, but what's the word for a quick, goofy game of logical absurdity? Let's find out together. So it's a game about making up words. So that's why it's word adjacent, but not a real word game. There we are. Okay, Nylon Equestrian Knights is second expansion to Nylon Chaos Sky Pirates. It was in very early development in January. My Little Pony meets Power Rangers. Okay, come on, right? The Nylon Chaos Sky Pirates is a cooperative game, so this also would be that if it's an expansion to it. Right at the top. There we go. Rex Regnant is from Edward Damon. This is an example of Planned Ahead 2. But yeah, one that's a little heavier. Set just before the annihilation of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, players take the roles of 4 political factions negotiating a new constitution for the state using a modified trick-taking system in which every card matters. Let's see this. There we go. Now, Shovels and Scallywags. This one, I sometimes attend grubs where Tanner Simmons playtests between Protospiel Onlines, and I have played this one a lot through that connection. It is a pirate-themed bluffing game where you're digging up booty with your shovels. Claim booty cards and score all the icons on those cards to try and be the most bountiful pirate. Moving to final testing. And I know this game kind of started as an 18-card game, but it has expanded And it has kind of a sushi go-ish, lots of different different symbols score different ways, and there's some interplay and strategy to which items you prioritize collecting, stealing, digging up, etc. The Transit of Venus is from Nathan Fullerton, a cooperative cribbage-style card game where astronomers from 4 different centuries build off of each other's work to observe and catalog a rare celestial event. Very cool theme. It kind of makes me think a little bit of my father's work, which is a very goth-themed sort of you're generations of a mad scientist's family. So you play as the original mad scientist, their child, and their grandchild in each of the 3 rounds. So this that concept is really neat to me. But there's not a lot of games like that. So relatively new as of January. And whether cribbage, it makes it fun for cribbage players, and also if new to cribbage people have an easy time getting into it. Transit of Venus. The title also makes me think of The Merchant of Venus, but it sounds like this is very different. Whereas Merchant of Venus is a pick-up deliver game. Too Greedy from Edward Damon. You're a gang of dwarves scouring a ruin to try to get rich. Venture deep into the halls alongside your fellow dwarves, using a combination of bidding and push your luck, but don't get too greedy or you'll end up in a world of hurt. Testing new player boards. Medium weight. I haven't gotten the chance to play that one, but I've seen it. Well, it got shared a lot in the sense it's been in, I think it was on the website and probably shared bingo, because I know this title is very familiar to me in being in multiple puzzles. Tricky Barra is from Dylan Coyle. Trick taking and spatial puzzle game, testing just 1 round. And trick taking fans are preferred for feedback for this play. And yeah, Dylan has been one of our sponsors. I'm Charming Games Collective. I'm trying to remember the brand name. And has been making quite a few very cozy, cute trick taker or card game, maybe not necessarily trick taking, but card game. Oh, I feel like I can't find. It gave me a hint and I still there it is. Oh my goodness. Confuse myself there. Okay, and Welcome to Sussburg is the last one from Jordan Hart. And this is also, I've played this with the other designer, so I know it's a pair, but Jordan was the one presenting it this time. Welcome to Sussburg is a 2 to 4 social co-op deck builder where players become a group of young friends protecting their town from supernatural foes that besiege it. Choose one of 4 unique characters: the athlete, artist, musician, or inventor. Difficulty feedback and rule comprehension. It has a very lots of, it's about creepy things, but all the art for them is cute. No, sorry. Welcome. There we go. Welcome to Sussburg. And I'm finished. I made it in under 30 minutes. So I have a minute to just say the next thing that we're going to do on our Twitch channel is going to be panel spiel, which is going to be let me get to chat, sorry. Which is going to be okay, so 2 things are happening. We are doing panel spiel July 18th through 19th. And we're getting ready to open registration for that. It's not quite open yet. If you go to that link, you could get on the wait list. But the next thing that's happening on our Twitch channel this week, on Wednesday night for us in the US, we are going to be doing a talk on digital playtesting, how it works and why we love it is the title, I believe, off the top of my head, where we're going to have Zoe, Allred, Jamie Sabriel, who was featured a lot in this particular puzzle, and Tanner Simmons, who also was, when I mentioned Shovels and Scallywags, was mentioned in this. So they all have made quite a few digital prototypes and done a ton of online playtesting, and we'll be sharing all of their learnings and taking a Q&A afterwards for people who register to get backstage right after the talk. So please do come and join us. It would be great to have you, and I will let you get on to your Monday. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time.